This is a 7-minute presentation to prepare you to become an active and visual teacher of English as a second language. This is called Level 1, just to get you started. This series of 10 points is put in front of the students, and you read them the first class. The idea is that the students are going to adopt these 10 points as their own, and they also get to see what your philosophy is. So, 1. You are independent students. Bring in a new word every day. Something new every day. That means something physical. You bring it in and students have to ask a question. Bring something tangible into the class. Something new every day can also be an action, a problem with clothes. For example, your socks don't match. Your shirt is unbuttoned. You missed a loop in your belt. Number 4, the teacher gets every student's email address and sends something to read at least twice a week. 5, students send the teacher 5 sentences at least twice a week. Each student prepares an individual education plan. What will I be doing 5 years from now, and what English will I need then? So this week, what vocabulary will I learn to prepare for that future? The individual learning plan or education plan consists of the goal, what the job or what will your job be. The titles of 5 dialogues: at the post office, at the restaurant, on an airplane with a stranger, at the zoo, at the supermarket. Parts of a car, parts of human body. The student has to be able to check off that they know all of the parts of a tree. Then as far as writing goes, the student has 5 essays to do, as well as one that they can choose. But write a story that you know, perhaps Cinderella or something from the Bible. Tell us about your city. Tell us about a great restaurant in your city. Give 3 tips for new students who are traveling in the USA, and tell us about a great place to visit in another country. Students will tell you what their pronunciation problems are, and if you see, as a teacher, some sort of pronunciation problem, you write it in here. What else do you want to learn? The student has this checklist. It's 2 pages, and they can check off what they want to do, and they have to choose 7 of them to go in. Now, what's useful is every test goes in here. You use one of these fasteners. These are called 2-inch prong fasteners. So students, what's a prong and what's a fastener? It's time for the teacher to explain. See, this goes in here. And it's a good idea to have a special punch. This can be useful. Each student puts their name on both sides. You have to have my learning book. And you can give it any name you want, but my learning book is a nice name. Additional handouts will go in here, but always the individual education plan is at the top, so the teacher can look at this at least once a week. And the student can paste. There will be extra sheets here. Paste an article. Oh, look at this. The teacher can even cut out an article and give it to the student. Then the student tells other students, hey, what's your article? Here's my article. Number 7. This is the correction technique. When a student is telling a story, the teacher writes the major points on the board or on paper, or records a movie. At the end of the speech, the teacher writes the errors on the board and waits for the students to correct the error. Waits for the students to correct the error. This reduces the teacher talking time. At the end of the class, the teacher asks, "What did you learn today?" This helps students speak and review their notes. Each student is expected to quietly and politely interrupt the class at least once per hour. The other students should listen for errors and ask additional questions. When there's a presentation, point 10, we ask them to tell us about your city, your country, your work, trips you've gone on. Show us some Facebook photos. The teacher will video the talks and each student asks at least 2 questions per speaker. The student who makes the presentation gets a copy on CD or the video is emailed. And the video can be at low quality so that the main idea is the student is listening to their problems. There are 3, count them, 3 CDs that are given to students. Eventually this will be put together on one DVD. Learn from lyrics. The students listen and read the lyrics looking for new vocabulary. They can explain what happens in the song, who is singing, is it a girl singing to a guy? What happens in the end? Do they get together? Does she give up on him? What's the story? It sounds like. This is teachers2teachers.com. There's a video explaining Teachers to Teachers. If you go to youtube.com/FreeEnglishLessons, there are free English lessons. And It Sounds Like is a system for teaching the 14 sounds of English. Learn from each other. These are YouTube videos pulled down, so if you're not on YouTube or not on the internet, you can still discuss these. They are MP4, and you can watch them in a suitable iPod or MP3 player, MP4 player, or in the classroom on a laptop. The students choose one of the videos and explains why it's a good video or why there's a better video somewhere. And then eventually all the students submit videos, and together you create a new Learn from Each Other. This has been an 8-minute explanation of Level 1 Visual and Active Method of Teaching. Thank you for your time, and please send any comments, some suggestions, and always go to FreeEnglishLessons.com, where you can see more presentations. Go to the right side, look down, and it's Articles to Improve Teaching. Right side column. Thank you.